story. Nearly 3 weeks since the death of the rugby league legend Rob Burrow from motor neuron disease, his wife Lindsey has given her first interview at BBC Breakfast.
She's spoken about her grief and of Rob's legacy of hope, saying he made the world a better place to be in.
Well, here at Breakfast, we've followed Rob and Lindsey's story since he was diagnosed with MND. That was in 2019. So now we're going to play you a full-length interview with her. This is Lindsey speaking to Sally.
Lindsey Burrow, here we are in the home we've visited so many times over the last few years, in much happier circumstances previously. And I guess now is the time that we're going to have the conversation that we always knew was coming, but we never said was coming. And I wonder here today, surrounded by flowers and cards, I think my first question to you is, how proud are you of Rob? You must be phenomenally proud of your husband.
Incredibly proud, Sally. I couldn't put into words just how proud I am of Rob. I think he was just such an inspiration to so many people. He was the face of the MND community and gave so many people hope, and I think the legacy that he leaves is just incredible. And despite the grief and despite the sadness, we have so much to be thankful for having Rob in our lives, and you know, he made the world a better place to be.
After he died, you wrote some beautiful words about him. And at the end of your statement, you call him our hero. What he did over the last few years, it was heroic, wasn't it? Because it was a fight at times.
Yes, yeah. And at the end, the fight was over, and I take comfort from knowing that he's not having to fight anymore, and he put up the biggest, bravest fight. You know, he was brave on the rugby pitch, but to go on what he did, you know, in facing his battle with MND was just hugely courageous, and that makes me incredibly proud. I'm incredibly proud to have been Rob's wife for 17 and a half years, to have 3 beautiful children with Rob, you know, and that's what we have to focus on now. And the children are my priority, and I'll do everything I can to make sure that they're brought up just exactly as Rob would want them to be brought up. To be kind and caring, and you know, to appreciate the things in life. And Rob was very much like that. You know, he was very down to earth, never had an ego, just such a lovely, lovely, kind man. And I'm so grateful I got to call him my husband.
I know you have had an incredible number of messages from around the world. Some of them have been very special, haven't they?
The one that really sticks out, the one that is so special to me, was a message, a personal message, as a parent, from His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, and that was really heartwarming, really sincere, and that's something that we will treasure as a family forever.
Who's got the most tries out of you two?
Oh, by a long way. By a long way.
I think he knows that as well.
Yeah, is he laughing?
Yeah, he is.
Laughing, yeah.
So Rob got to meet Prince William back in January when he was awarded his CBE. He came to Headingley, and just a really genuine, sincere future king, I think, of the country. And you know, that's again a day that we'll remember and treasure forever. And to get that message from Prince William has given us a lot of comfort, and will always hold a special place in my heart.
You've got such a great support network around you, Rob, including Lindsey and the children. How has their support and love influenced your outlook and ability to cope with MND?
I am fortunate to have a wonderful wife, 3 beautiful children, a loving family and loyal friends. I enjoyed an incredible career in a sport I love. I have been fortunate through MND to have been able to help others, and that is something that I am proud to do.
His last message has been seen, read by millions and millions of people around the world.
I hope one day we finally cure and live in a world free of MND. By the time that you watch this, I will no longer be here.
Tell us about when he recorded it, because you heard it obviously as he recorded it. You helped him.
Yeah.
That must have been an incredibly difficult moment for you, but also knowing what Rob was like, I can't imagine it was desperately serious either.
Rob Burrow, over and out.
Yeah, when I first saw the message, my initial thought was, Rob, you can't say that, you know, but that was just Rob. He was you know, positive, he was humorous, he was funny, and that was his just way of, you know, he leaving a stamp on the world, and I think that was just Rob in a nutshell. So, you know, after the initial, I don't think that's really right to put, you know, I respected his wishes, and that's the way he wanted to go out, and, you know, Rob knew that was going to be played after he was no longer with us, and it's just part of Rob and his humour and the banter, and it was just Rob.
Do you mean the over and out?
Yes, yeah, the over and out bit. But I think the message, yeah, it teaches us all, doesn't it, to live in the moment, to be brave, whatever your battle, your personal battle. He lived by every word of, you know, facing your battle and not giving in, and, you know, he's taught us all a huge lesson in life.
We know for the last couple of years, Rob was using his eye gaze machine to communicate with you. On that machine, there are messages you haven't heard yet. When the time is right, will you go through and look for them?
Yeah, I know Rob has left messages on there for the children. So at the minute, it's too raw to do that, to go and look through the machines. But there are birthday messages on there. There are messages for the children in the future.
Eventually, you will be able to do that.
Yeah, I will. I think things are just a little bit too raw at the moment, and but there will come a day where I will have to do that, and yeah, Rob will be with me, and he'll be, you know, he'll give me the strength to do that, and it's important because those are the messages for the children, and they will be shared with the children.
And I know one of the things right at the start of this that both you and Rob said was you wanted to use the little time you had to make memories for the children. Mm-hmm. When you look back now and you think of all the things you've done over the last few years, you know, taking him away to places with his parents here in this country, having like the holidays that you could have, award ceremonies, red carpets, the dance shows, you have done that, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. That was what Rob wanted, and Rob was always such a family man, as I say, in every sense of the word. He idolised his children, and it was really important to us that we made those happy memories and we spent that time together. But Rob was such a devoted dad that, you know, he would come home from training early just to be with the children, and that was just Rob. He was just such a family man, and that's the hard part for me. That's what M&D has taken away, is it's robbed the children of a dad, and that's really hard.
Do you get angry about that?
No, because I just put it down to bad luck.
Yeah, lovely, Rob.
You know, nobody knows in life what path is going to take us on, and I just feel so fortunate to have been Rob's wife and to have the privilege of looking after Rob. We can't change what's happened, and when I spoke to Rob and he said he wouldn't change his life, you know, there was nothing that he would change, and that's really comforting to know that he had an incredible life and achieved so much. So yeah, just incredibly proud.
And of course, our thanks to Lindsey for sharing so much. It's sharing the smiles and the moments, and indeed still, of course, coping with her own grief.